Dear younger self, it's possible to rest without being lazy. It's possible to move slowly but not get stuck. And it's possible to let structures and systems support you but not define you altogether. When you actually finally said, enough is enough, it's time to actually prioritize how I feel. I want to feel good in my body. And I am not going to make sacrifices that cause me to give that up anymore. My body comes first. That is when life really started to shift for you. And soft ambition went from a concept into a way of life. And it created the biggest ripples of change and transformation, more than you had ever experienced over the last couple of years. You've learned that there's a new way to live life, and it's through being who you are, being imperfect, being messy, being your full authentic self, and learning how to be, as paradoxical as that sounds, because we just know how to be, but we're taught out of it. We're taught to do instead of to be. What happened in order for you to really feel like it's enough, no matter what life looks like on the outside, no matter what is shifting and changing around you, no matter who's saying what, thinking what, no matter how much or how little you supposedly have done or have to show for, being is enough. So how did we get there? Well, it was a long and winding journey with a lot of different twists and turns that also taught a lot of really valuable lessons. So let's revisit some of them and remember and honor this journey that you've been on, because I know how hard it's been for you. You were told that who you are is essentially a reflection of everything that you do, everything that you accomplish, how well you do it, and how much appreciation, praise, acknowledgement that you get from other people. And your self-worth was constructed from all of these different opinions, all of these different expectations and standards that were never your own. You created so many different lives and roles and hats that you wore in order to be all of the things that everyone else wanted you to be. That wasn't being. That was doing. That was doing what you had to do in order to survive in an environment and in a place within you where nothing else was acceptable. Nothing else was lovable. Nothing else was possible. It's been incredibly painful and also powerful at the same time to let go. Let go of the pressure of having to do everything perfect, to be right, to be the best at everything, to always be ahead, to always be putting on a face, and actually loving yourself for all the places where you don't measure up to those standards, all the times that you've failed and been disappointed and let down and let other people down and hurt other people. And that's all okay. It's all okay, because the type of ambition that was taught to you was one that served other people. When something keeps you believing that nothing you do is ever good enough, how could it ever have been for you? It is for those structures, systems, collectives, people who benefit from you not feeling good enough, who draw power, energy, and take from you what is rightfully yours. Because when you don't believe in yourself, when you didn't think that it was okay just to be yourself, then you played into all of those other patterns and behaviors that helped other people reinforce that for you. It's a slippery slope, and one that we can see so clearly now. We're never going back there. We're not going to play into that again. We're not going to let ourselves feel that way again. Because the type of ambition that's emerging now, well, not just emerging, but the type of ambition that has set root into your body now is not the same kind. It's the kind that honors your body. It's the kind that honors time and processes and cycles. It's the one that is aligned with the natural rhythms of nature, the way that we were designed to function in harmony with the world around us. The crazy thing about, let's call it hard ambition, the opposite of soft ambition. The crazy thing about hard ambition is how much tunnel vision it gave you. The feeling of urgency on the hamster wheel, that you always had to be moving, always had to be doing more, doing better, expanding into the next thing. And this feeling like something was going to catch you. Something was going to catch up to you if you didn't keep running. And what were you running from? Well, so many things. So many feelings. So many places within yourself that you didn't want to confront. And they did feel scary. And it's kind of funny because I don't think that ambition is an unhealthy thing. I think that with everything there are extremes, right? When we take it too far in either direction, we're imbalanced and we suffer the consequences. There's pain and discomfort on both sides of the extremes. Like, you know, for a majority of your life, just hanging out in the hard ambition end of the extreme caused you to feel completely exhausted. It caused you to accomplish a lot of things in a very short amount of time, but then, what then? You were too exhausted to be able to even enjoy all the fruits of your labor, all the things you worked so hard for, and deep down you knew like they didn't matter. Like, you could have done all of the things, kept climbing the ladder, achieving even more, and you still would have had that feeling inside you of emptiness, of dissatisfaction, not feeling content. And what makes that even worse is all the years that you were go, 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 and so committed to your growth and to your development, to achieving more and doing better. And while all of that was with the best intentions for building the life that you desired, it didn't come with any rest. Like real rest. Rest where you actually could feel relaxed in your body, not worried about the future, where you could be connected to your body and truly understand what's happening inside of you and really listen to the messages that want to come through to guide you into more of what you want and desire. It came from here. Hard ambition comes from here. Soft ambition comes from here. Even after having worked so hard and gotten so far and done so many things, you still weren't happy. Achieving wasn't what made you happy. And I think what you were trying to run from and escape from was that truth. The truth that there was a void, an emptiness, a space that could not be filled at the time with all of these things from the outside. Fill it with enough things and maybe it'll turn into some feeling of self-worth. And you know now that that's not how it works. You had to learn the hard way through hard ambition that no amount of validation or approval or love from the outside or doing for the sake of productivity is going to be worth it when the consequences of it eventually catch up to you and are felt in your body. And actually realizing that at what cost We live in a world of cause and effect. Every choice we make, what we're doing is weighing the pros and cons. And that nothing is right or wrong. It's just a matter of choices. What do you want to experience? Maybe if you worked an extra hour or took on extra clients or did more and more, that you would get to your goals faster. This is true. And what you didn't see at times was the cost of that. How it costed you in how you felt in your body. The feeling of losing your connection to your body, of numbing out, of escapism, of dissociating and not wanting to feel anymore because it was just so much. You just kept pushing your body to keep going because you had to in order to perform and to reach your goals. Or it was that feeling of, like abandoning your authenticity in order to conform to some image that society says looks good for you, rather than going with what truly feels right for you, right? And it's not to say that now that soft ambition is the way that you want to move forward. It's not saying that ambition doesn't play a role in your life at all. It's saying that you still can enjoy and feel the intensity and the drive that comes from ambition, but now without the overwhelm and not having it feel like it consumes your entire life. It's funny how when you look back, so many of life's most magical moments often come through surrendering, not forcing. Like you've almost accomplished more by letting go, control, and surrendering expectations and the standards that you used to hold yourself to and that other people have held you to. Because soft ambition is more about putting yourself first. That's when you really started to feel like you're enough, that you're not chasing something outside yourself, that you could tune into yourself and understand. Because you took that time, you went through those processes of destruction and exhaustion and pain and suffering, they all brought you back in here. And when you were inside, that's when you found your strength. That's when you found your courage, your creativity. That's when you came back home to yourself. I know it was so hard, but I'm actually so glad that you went through all of that to discover that you can choose the type of ambition that you move through life with, and that you don't have to let it define you. And that when you connect to yourself and your body, and when you put yourself first, what naturally emerged was a softer, more balanced way of being. You didn't have to do it all or have it all, because what you needed was already right here. Thanks for watching. This is Dr. Sarah Lee, teaching you how to connect to your body, to heal, align, and transform. And I also just made a free training for you if you want to go deeper, called Perfectionist Guide to Embodying Enoughness. And you can find that linked in the description box below. It's been a pleasure to share with you, and I will see you in the next video.